How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Universal Veteran here again with another video. And today we are painting multiple models. I'm still trying to get everything set up, so give me one moment. But basically, what occurred is last week I managed to get 3 models painted. But I wasn't able to actually go ahead and finish the models in terms of highlighting. So I painted one, moved on to the next one, and then rinse and repeated for multiple days. So we are going to go ahead and paint 3 Death Guard units today. The first one that we're going to go ahead and do and finish up is a traditional Death Guard guy that I pretty much got the basic paint scheme on, and then I added streaking grime, and besides that I haven't done anything else with it. Same thing with this model here. It's a 3D printed model, Death Guard unit. I put the streaking grime on but haven't gone any farther with it. And then we have a Nurgling that we need to finish up and add a little bit more depth to the color and the uniqueness of it, because honestly I didn't really do the best in terms of my color choice, but we're gonna do what we can to try and make it look pretty good. I'm hoping to get this done over the next hour and a half, but we will definitely see how much we can get done in that period of time. I'm just going to go one model at a time and then just do what I can and hope for the best, to be honest. But for the most part, it's just the added highlights that we need to do, and that's literally about it. So it shouldn't be too difficult. I got a couple work models done this weekend, so I posted that up on my shorts and community channel. I was planning on taking these guys up to my girlfriend's house, but I decided while I was there I was going to paint orcs instead. So that's why we're doing everything pretty much late in terms of getting all this done. So I think, let me get my phone set up properly, zoomed in properly, so you can see everything. Oops. I think this should be good in terms of the zoomed in function. Let's see. So we are going to work on this model first. This is a traditional Death Guard model. Nothing really too fancy about it, but we're going to paint him up and get him looking nice and snazzy. I actually have a few colors that I want to try out. I got an order in for a few army painter colors that I want to try on this model, which is this Goss Green Air Fluorescent and a Violet Volt. And how's it going, Child Airlines? I'm not entirely sure which one I'm going to use, but I think I might use the purple on this guy just because he has a lot more flesh tones than the traditional Death Guard unit. So we might just go ahead and use the fluorescent green on him instead. Give me a second as I get all of these paints added onto the palette, and we will go from there. Like I said, everything else is literally just highlighting. I've already done the basing, I've already done the shading. All that's left is the highlights. So hopefully over the next hour and a half or so we can get the majority of the stuff done, so we can paint all 3 of these models at the same time tonight. But if we don't, it's okay. It's not that big a deal. I will do my best. Make sure I get all of these colors set up properly. and we can go from there. But the Nurglings is definitely one of those models that I'm really kind of iffy on, because I didn't do these guys the best. Thankfully, I have another model of them, but I really didn't do them justice on this painting. So I'm hoping to kind of correct that, applying all these extra additional colors to it, but who knows. Worst case scenario, I'll just take it as a learning lesson and just say fuck it and see what happens. But yeah. Nope, hold up. Alright, so I'm going to, on this model in particular, I'm going to add more silver to him, because after I added the streaking grime to the model, it really darkened up the silver to the point to where you almost can't even see the silver on this model. So I'm going to add silver to him, and then I'll probably add a little bit of screaming pink. I am painting a Death Guard unit. I'm actually painting 3 today. I've already done the basing and shading of these 3 models. So at the moment, I am currently getting my palette set up so I can go ahead and paint the highlights to make the model pop a little bit more, you know. I also need to pull out a white. Let me find that, a Corex white. Oops, I accidentally dropped that shit. So we can add it to the lenses and all the extra stuff. Corex white. I think this will be good enough for now. All right, so let's get going. I think what we're gonna do is add the white to all of the models, or this model in particular, and then from there we will add all of the glow effect to the weapons, his eyes and whatnot. All right, let's see. Let's see. Oops, I got all this fuzz. I had to use Q-tips. How's it going? Asram? I think that's what your name is. Actually, let's change brushes because this brush is a little bit too thick, unfortunately. We'll go with this one. How's it going, Black Fox? I didn't think you were actually going to join this late, to be honest. I'm not entirely sure what you do throughout the day, but I know for me this is pretty late in terms of watching people stream on YouTube. So I was like 50% thinking that you weren't going to attend. But I'm glad you're here regardless. Appreciate you joining. And I am currently just getting all of this extra detail added on to the model itself. Because last week, when I wasn't live streaming... No, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I literally just started. I had to take care of my son. I had to get him going in terms of sleep and had to make him dinner and whatnot. And then I had to set up all my shit because I take it to my girlfriend's house on the weekends. So I had to put everything back in its proper hidey hole. So don't worry about it. I literally just started like not even 10 minutes ago. It's 9:18 p.m. right now, so I think so. It's 7:18 for you. I'm assuming that's what you're saying. Um, but yeah, so I got home around 7 o'clock tonight after driving back from my girlfriend's house, and no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I was in the military for a couple of years, so I can pretty much accurately determine what time it is. You said 19:18, so I'm assuming it's 7:18 over there. Um, but it's all right. Don't worry about it. I'll probably stream until about 10:30 tonight. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that I can get all of this done by then, but we will see. Worst case scenario, I'll have to do it tomorrow, you know. But most of this is already pretty much done. It's just a matter of getting all of the like pronounced details on the model, like all these cuts and whatnot. Let's see. I'll try to get all these little holes. I'm gonna add a little bit of green to all of them. All right, let's see. I guess I can add a little bit of white to all these skulls' eyes. All right. I always end up seeing a little bit more of this model as I'm doing it. That's the one thing about Death Guard that I like, but at the same time I kind of loathe. It's the fact that as you're painting the model, it's like more shit pops out for you to do, you know? So it's like, oh, you think you're done? Nope, sorry. You have a little bit more to do. So I end up in a predicament to where I'm constantly having to search for all of this extra shit that I didn't intend to do. Let's do a little bit of the purple or the pink to these tentacles. Mine's the mold lines, yeah. Well, this model I actually got from a guy off of Facebook Marketplace, so I didn't want to fuck with it at all. So it's unfortunately in a position to where, and it has to kind of be left um, to being having the mold lines on it, is what I'm trying to get to. Um, I tried to remove the mold lines off a different model, and because of that, well, unfortunately, the model fucking broke in half. So I'm not entirely sure how old some of these models are, but because after that experience, I'm really not willing to try and mess with it, to be honest. Let's see. Tentacles, fleshy shit right here. But no, yeah, I painted the majority of these models last week, but I wasn't willing to just finish it, and unfortunately moved on. So now we have 3 to try and finish up tonight. add a little bit of purple to this model as well. That's a little growth right there. Let's see. Fuck it, we'll paint this weapon a little bit of purple or a pink flavor to it. That's what I'm going to leave alone. I think that's good for that color. Let's see, silver. We'll go through the silver a little bit. We're gonna go and highlight the silver a little bit more on the weapon, just because that streaking grime really darkened this shit to the point where you almost can't even see the silver anymore. Same thing with this little stack right here. Go around and highlight that, and then all these fucking tubes. But no, yeah, I gotta work tomorrow. I'm not planning on waking up until fucking 7. I normally go to work or wake up at 6 and then get to work at 7, but it's fucking Sunday and I'm not about to do that shit. So, I can afford to stay awake a little bit longer tonight. But I'm so fucking ready to just not work anymore. Now that I know that I'm not going to be working for multiple months at a time after I move in with my girlfriend, I'm just to the point to where I'm like, I can't do this shit anymore. It's like every day I go to fucking work, I'm just like, fuck this job. Like, I've spent literally 10 plus years and gone on 2 vacations. Like, I think the longest time I spent without a vacation was probably 5 years. So I worked for 5 years straight and just did nothing but go to work, come back home, and rinse and repeat every single fucking day for 5 straight years before I ended up going on a vacation to Florida with my son and my mother and whatnot. But now that I know that I'm going to be off for multiple months at a time after I move in with my girlfriend, it's just like I'm dragging ass, wanting to just not work anymore. So the thought of not being able to do this for, till fucking 1 in the morning is just, it kills me. But I mean, I'm not ungrateful about the situation that I'm in, because not a lot of people are able to actually experience what I'm able to do, and part of that has to do with me saving money and just the situation that I'm currently in with me and my girlfriend. I'm not going to go into full detail about it, but I can appreciate the fact that I'm capable of doing that, which a lot of people aren't. But still, I'm looking forward to being able to do it and not have to worry about making a paycheck and knowing that all of my bills are going to be covered, So over the course of this summer, I'm going to be kayaking like a motherfucker. I'm going to be painting like a motherfucker, and I'm going to be like enjoying life until I start my new job. I'm going to be uploading a lot on my channel in terms of like kayaking content and whatnot. I know that's not something that I normally post, especially over the last few months, but that's only because it's been the winter time and early fall, so I haven't had the opportunity to actually go like kayaking. But me and my son, hell, even just me in general, I'm going to be making videos in regards to doing it a lot more often. So expect to see shorts and videos on my channel in the future with it. Well, that's good, Fox. I'm glad that you have a plan for what you're planning on doing. Um, Life changes and it's scary. Hell, I've been in the same place for 10 years and it's definitely scary moving 250 miles away, but um, regardless, it's exciting too. So hopefully for you, it works out just as much as it works out for me, and we're able to, you know, give ourselves some positive news in the future as it happens. But I know for a fact that over the one day I'm going to do a 24-hour live stream, and that live stream is going to consist of me painting a shit ton of fucking models. I'm going to wake up at like 4 in the morning one day and just start painting all day. Besides a few breaks, that's all I'm going to do. It's just fucking paint consistently, constantly, to the point to where I'm hoping that I can get through at least a couple boxes worth of miniatures. All right. Yeah. Well, I mean, considering all the tariffs and everything in place, I can pretty much imagine. Um, Granted, I haven't seen it myself, but still, I can imagine that it's getting pretty fucking intense, knowing that the supplies are going to start running low soon because of the Chinese tariffs. I don't think people really realize how much of the fucking tariffs come from China, or how much their products in general come from China. And it's going to be a pretty rude wake up call over the next coming months when shelves are practically fucking empty because of it, you know. Hopefully something gets changed. Hopefully something gets worked out in the government. But I'm just trying to stock up on as many models as possible, even though it's going to take me a long ass fucking time to paint. I am just buying models like it as much as I physically can fucking afford, because I'm just skeptical about my ability to actually go ahead and paint in the future, especially when I paint as much as I do. Like, I'm going to have a pretty large fucking supply of models to do. Well, I live in the Midwest, so we're not really in the hot zone in terms of worrying about um, models or like shit running out, but it's gonna hit us too. There's no question about it. There's like we can't avoid it, you know. Oh, okay. So like California or whatnot. Is what you're saying? Oh, you live close to California, so like I'm assuming around that area. But still, yeah, it's gonna be fun having to deal with this. No, 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 it's fine. You don't have to exactly tell me where you live, but I'm assuming we're all gonna be fucking feeling this shit coming soon. Even though you feel it right off the bat, I mean, it's gonna fucking hit me too. It's only a matter of time. Hence why, like I said, I'm just trying to buy as many models as I fucking can. I'm gonna place an order tomorrow morning. I already have 3 boxes in my Amazon cart that I'm going to be ordering tomorrow. And while I'm here, I can actually show you, because I'm I'm gonna let this dry real quick. So, oh wait, no, I can't show you. Shit. I'll post in the Discord tomorrow, if that helps, so you can actually see what I'm gonna get. But I think it's like 40 something models. Yeah, I'll show you tomorrow. Don't worry about it. Time to add one of my favorite glows that I got. It is called, it's Army War Painter Goss Green. It's a fluorescent green. It glows really fucking nicely, man. I used this a couple times, and it's great. You don't have to add too much, thankfully. Just a little bit to the model itself. Just make sure you put a green at the bottom of it. Hey, you managed to get a World Eaters? I thought you only had the Space Marines, man. Maybe I didn't see it on Discord, but I didn't think you actually had a World Eaters model too. Is that something that you got recently, or did I fucking just not pay attention enough and miss it? Like, no, as in what? Exactly. Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense. What you're trying to tell me. You're trying to paint with the Space Marines. You're trying to make World Eaters color scheme. That makes sense. This is actually one of the new colors that I got too. It's called Violet Volt. I'm not entirely sure how it's going to look once it's dry, but hopefully it comes out looking really nice. I was thinking that it would be really cool for the tentacles and whatnot, as for like the glow effect, but we'll see. I'll take a picture after I'm done so you can see if you're not able to see on this model itself. Yeah, I know. I think I remember you saying that you bought a bunch of paints and then you bought that box of 10, right? Of the Space Marines. All right. Oops, I forgot the fucking shit. The back of the smokestack up here. No, it's fine. I it's do what you can with it, you know. You only have the 10 models, so you gotta fucking paint as much as you can, you know. That makes sense. I mean, you don't want to be fucking completely repetitive with it and just paint the same thing over and over and over, you know? That'd be kind of fucking boring, especially when you only have 10 Marines to work with. Shit, I'd be pissed too. Especially if you did what I did with the Flesh Terrors. Fucking build 10 Intercenters and just paint all those in Flesh Terrors colors. And if that's all you had, yeah, I'd be fucking like, what are you doing? Alright, here we go with the glow effect. Yeah, well, and see, you know, that's the thing that fucking sucks is like all you want to do is fucking paint. But it's like if you're limited by what you're capable of buying, it's you get into the situation to where it's like, you know, you only have so many fucking models to build, so many models to paint, and if you do it all at once, you're just like left in this limbo state of like, fuck, I wish I could do more. At first when I started doing this, that's kind of where I was at because it's like I bought the first 5 packs of Custodes and I painted that shit literally fucking super quick. And I was like, man, I just want to, all I want to do is fucking paint. Thankfully, I had the funds necessary to do it. But like with you, I can kind of understand if you don't have the money necessary to go ahead and do that, then it's fucking just brutal. It's like you start debating with yourself, like, should I just paint, just just say fuck it and just repaint the models that I already have? I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is for you, but I don't know. I would say just spend as much time as you possibly can just painting each one and just doing your absolute fucking best with it. Especially when you know that you're not able to buy more. But I mean, if you're able to buy more, then yeah, just fucking go hog wild with it and just kind of randomize it as much as you can and just say fuck it. But I don't know. I'm at the point now to where I have a pretty sizable collection of miniatures to where I'm not necessarily concerned with painting them. But I'm gonna leave this guy how it is. I've pretty much finished him. I'm gonna let him dry and I'm gonna move on to the 3D printed one since we only have until 10:30 tonight. So I want to try and paint this guy. Let's see, how do I want to go about doing this? Fuck. What do I want to do first? This guy's pretty hard because it's a 3D fucking printed model, and I don't know exactly how I want to go about doing this. I think I'm gonna go the red. Do red first. We're gonna highlight all the fucking red. There's a lot of red for this model, thankfully, so we can go ahead and paint. Let's see, paint the edges. All right, same thing with the cowl here. We're just gonna paint the edges here to make the cloth pop a little bit more. Thankfully, the streaking grime makes it to where it pops more because of just it darkening up everything. But adding a little bit of a layer to it is no issue, you know. Makes it look a little bit more realistic in terms of the cloth and the fabric. See? I think that looks pretty good. You left with that like darker bit, and then like the edges are a little bit lighter in terms of the color. Same thing with like this knee. I'm not entirely sure what the fuck it is, but we're just gonna assume it's red. Oops. All right. From there, it's a matter of the pinks, the flesh. There's a lot of fucking flesh on this guy, so I think we're gonna go with the pink bits of it and go from there. Especially like these intestines. I don't need to add too much color to the intestines because it's supposed to look kind of natural with its like really dark color feel of it. Same thing with like the face. I don't want to make it look too like what the fuck is this, you know? This face, I can add a little bit more purple to it as well, just because it's fleshy. But we're gonna add the this color, the purple to it too. So hopefully that will kind of even it out in terms of its color as we go about it. And especially with like the Nurgling green and whatnot, it'll make it look a little bit better. The only issue is like these little faces on his backpack. It's hard to determine where exactly I need to place this shit. But I'm just gonna kind of wing it and just hope for the best. Especially like around the mouth and the sides of the face. The thing about this fucking 3D printed model, it's like he like incorporated just like random ass fucking faces into his armor. Just like stole some souls and just like, you know what, fuck it. Especially with all these fucking tentacles and whatnot. Kind of hard with all these fleshy growths. I'm actually getting to the point to where I'm really sick of painting this type of shit because it's so hard to know exactly what to do. It is literally one of the hardest things that I have come across is knowing the best way to paint like fucking decrepit skin. You know, you almost have to get the fucking face and the skin right. Otherwise, it doesn't really look good, you know. It's the same thing with like his arm right here, you know. His whole fucking arm is just one fleshy mask. And it's, he looks fucking gorgeous, but fuck, it is hard. But at the same time, it gives me that fulfillment when it looks good and it comes out looking nice, you know, and it's like, man, you know, this wouldn't have looked good if it wasn't for me. Especially with this big ass fucking foot of his. What the fuck? Fucking big ass feet. Oh, there's more. I don't know. I honestly don't even know what the fuck this is on his knee. This knee is all types of like, what the fuck is it? The same thing with this backpack. Like, what the fuck is this? The bottom of this backpack? I don't even know. Whatever. Just do my best with it, man. That's what it comes down to. Alright, we're going to add Nurgle's Rot, which adds the, like, grossness to this model. It makes it look, like, really fucking decrepit and, like, rotting to the flesh or the armor in this case. A lot of the times the Nurgle's rot you can really apply over like the openings of the pores, but in this instance, since this entire intestine it's kind of open up, you know, I'm going to really apply around the edges of the rot, just to give you that kind of like example of, you know, like maggots and whatnot forming in the interior of his body cavity with it being exposed for thousands of years, you know, and Nurgle pretty much keeping it alive. The same thing with his shoulder blade. This is like a Nurgling demon, so I'm going to add a little bit of the green to it to try and emphasize that. And then his armor up here, I'm going to add around the edges to make it look like a little bit more realistic in terms of the rotting effect to the model itself. But it gets really difficult because you really don't know what the fuck a lot of the times, like, where to add this, so I'm just kind of winging it. Like, on the arm itself, it's like, where do you add the rotting effect to it, you know? It's like his flesh is like rotting on the inside, but, you know, where the fuck do you add it? Same thing with this. It's like, do I just add it to this flesh cavity? The heads, you know, the open wounds, and just call it good from there? I feel like that's what a lot of this hobby is. It's just kind of just winging it a lot of the times. Even those very, very fucking professional artists who spend hundreds of hours on one model, a lot of the times they're just kind of winging it as they like pick up a fucking color and just like, you know what? Where am I going to fucking add this today? I mean, I'm assuming they have kind of a plan, but a lot of the times it's like, I don't know, we're just gonna fucking add it and just hope for the best. Exactly what I'm doing with this Nurgling green. Hoping that it just applies right, you know? I think that's enough green. Alright, let's put on something else. Yeah, well, and see, at some point you just kind of have to just wing it and just hope for the best, you know? So I think we're going to go with this color because it's kind of a glow effect to it, and we're going to add it to his internal intestines a little bit. Not too much. Hold up, I'm trying to find a video to watch in the meantime. One moment. All right, fuck it. I'm just gonna listen to that. I'm not gonna add too much of this green because it doesn't really need a lot of the areas filled with it, but I want to give it that little bit of glow effect to the model itself, especially on the areas that you're going to see when you look at it. Like if you were to look at it from a tabletop's perspective, you would see all this glowing aspect of the model itself. Let's see right there in between his muscles. Toes, I can do the same thing. Just in between each toe. I feel like that'd be good enough. And then right here, just a little bit on these creases. Especially in the face. We're going to paint the eyes green, and then we're going to go over with the gas mask and everything else to give it that grody feeling. I actually have 9 more of these fucking models too to paint, so we definitely have a lot of 3D printed models to go through. All right, let's do the purple of the flesh bits. Yeah, we have quite a bit. I'll show you in a minute. After I finish this model, I bought a pack of 10 off of Etsy, so we have 10 fucking Death Guard to go through. In terms of, where the fuck is that? Yeah, we have 10. Quite a lot, man. Quite a fucking lot. It's funny you say that because I was going to buy a box of Tyranids tomorrow. It's one of my purchases that I'm going to make tomorrow. I'm buying 3 boxes, 3 cheap ass fucking boxes, but boxes regardless. It's a box of 10 Termagants, I think, something like that. But I wanted to try it on the red and black theme. I think it's Hive World Chronos. I wanted to try and paint that in terms of the Tyranids. Or Hive Fleet Chronos, yeah. Meant for the chaos and whatnot. Alright, we need better music. Alright, we'll add a little bit more. All right. One more color, and then we will be good with this model. Actually, no, false. That is fucking false, because we're going to add the streaking grunt, or the dirty down rust. This is by far one of my favorite fucking colors for rust effects. But fuck, does it pour a lot. Jesus Christ. I'll show you. Let me grab a random brush that I can just toss in the trash. We're going to add this to the fucking model itself. So you see this gold pattern model? We are literally just going to cover this fucking thing in this dirty down rust. It is by far the best when it comes to like the rust effects on models. If you want to give it that like dirty fucking rusty feel to it, you'll see it as it changes color, and it activates better when with water. Let's see. All right. Once this dries, I'll add more of the dirty down rust to it, and I'll add a little bit of the water as well. But we're going to move on to the actual glowing bits of the flush tone. I don't want to add too much to this just because it really, really fucking covers a lot. You don't have to apply a lot, but there's no problem with adding a little bit of extra to it as you're going about doing it. Just because of how well it comes out most of the time. Hey, look at that. Fucking perfect, man. Yeah, I found a box of, I think it's 13. How's it going, Black Fox? I didn't realize you left. Sorry. The box on eBay is like $32 or something like that for a box of 13 of them, I think. Not quite sure. I'll have to look in a minute. How's it going, STR? I didn't think you'd be joining in, but I'm glad to have you here regardless. I'm just painting up this 3D printed model that I got a long ass time ago. Trying to finish up all the extra details on them. I did 3 models last week, but I didn't live stream any of it, so I'm trying to catch up by finishing it all tonight. My only issue is with the fucking the Nurglings. The Nurglings are definitely a sore spot for me because I am shit when it comes to painting these little guys, to be honest. I was trying to follow a YouTube video, but I kind of did it ass backwards. So it came out looking not the greatest, but it is what it is. I'm going to add a little bit of water to the dirty down just to give it that extra gross fucking rusty feel to it. Well, I appreciate it. Definitely one of my favorite models, and thankfully I still have 10 of these fucking Etsy models to paint, so we're definitely not worried. I'm not worried about running out of guys to do in the future. And I have these cheap ass brushes that I got off of Amazon as well, so it's one of those things where if it destroys the brush, I can just throw it away and pick out a new one. But how are you managing to get everything done? You've been making some progress on the stuff that you've been working on? I think I'm gonna call this one gun as well. And then let's work on the Nurglings. This one is going to be hard because I really fucked up on the color scheme. And like I said, I did these ass backwards. I don't know. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Alright, give me a second, guys. Oh, shit. Alright, I'm here. I've just been working hard on decals, which have been trouble with prayer. Well, hey, I'm glad that you've managed to actually figure out exactly what you're planning on doing with them. I'm still trying to figure out all this shit and get it working, but it's coming together as best I can. And how's it going, Jackson? What color do I want to start with? We'll do white. Get the white on his eye, all these eyes and mouths and whatnot. Well, hey, that's awesome. I did an orc earlier at my girlfriend's house. I tend to do orcs mostly when I'm at her house just because she bought me that combat patrol box about a month and a half ago or so. So I'm not willing to paint the guys that I do at my house for the moment until we move in. So for the most part, I've just been doing all of the fucking orcs. But I actually have to go about painting the rest of them. I've got 9 out of the 32 done on the combat patrol itself. So we still have quite a bit to do in that regard. Hey, I'll look at them when I get done here. I mostly look at my Discord when I'm on my phone, but since I have this thing posted up here, I can't really see it at the moment, but I'll definitely check it out tonight after I get done with this and head to bed for work in the morning. Hey, you're getting pretty close to me. Well, okay, no. I think that Orc Combat Patrol was 32 and I've got 9 done. So I definitely have quite a lot more to do. But I also bought a box of the boys, which are right here. I'll show you real quick. I don't know if you can see this. I have the Gretchen right there, and then I have a box of 10 boys to work on. Really can't see them that well. I'm literally just trying to fucking, I was telling this to, I was telling it to Black Fox earlier, but with these taxes and tariffs and whatnot going on at the moment, I'm just literally buying as many models as I possibly can because I don't know what the future holds in terms of tariffs and whatnot, but I'm not willing to find out and end up in a situation to where I'm paying double for all these fucking models. So I'm just going about and just buying as much as I can. So tomorrow morning when I wake up to go to work, I am going to be buying 3 boxes of models, which will consist of, I'll tell you, I'm going to buy these Age of Sigmar Grotz Gloom Spite Gits, these Underworlds Boar Gits Beast Grabbas, and a box of Skaven Pestilence Plague Monks. Oh, don't tell me there's going to be a price increase from Games Workshop 2. Fuck. Ugh. Shit, man. You mean this month? It's May right now. It's fucking May at the moment. Don't tell me that. Oh. That sucks. But no, yeah, the Skaven Pestilent Plague Monks, there's 20 models in that. The Underworld's Borgit's Beast Grabbas, 5 models, and then the Stabas or Shootas Grotz Gloom Spike Gits, there are 20 models. Well, I'm glad you let me know because I am going to have to stock up on my shit. Especially with how much I paint. There is no way. Fucking $53 for a pack of 10 Assault Intercessors turns into 60. That's gonna fucking suck. But I was going to get. I talked to my girlfriend a minute ago, and I gave her the option of the Underworld's Beast Grabas or the Tyrannid Termagants, and she chose the pack of 5. So I'm gonna get those instead over the Tyrannid models, because I was thinking about painting the Hive World or Hive Chronos for Chaos, because I love the black and red theme of that Hive fleet. But I might just wait until next week to do that, to be honest. I might pick up a couple boxes of those just because it's pretty cheap, you know. It's only like 35 bucks for a pack of 13. So I might just go ahead and just get 2 boxes of that next week. I mean, that gives me plenty of models and plenty of colors to choose from. Hell, I can go through the fucking rainbow worth of Tyrannids if I wanted to. I don't necessarily have to paint them all in one color spectrum. I don't know. We'll see. All I know is I have plenty to work on now, and me and my girlfriend, okay, I have said that I'm not buying a single model when I quit my job. After I quit my job and move in with her, I am not buying a single model whatsoever until I start a new job. So that is, I've told her I'm not doing it. I'm not buying a single model, which will be starting June 6th. From June 6th until whenever I start working again, I'm not buying a single fucking model. I'm going to be working with what I have and just getting through my backlog. So because of that, I'm trying to stock up. And I've tried to tell her to do the same thing and not buy Lego during that period of time, but she has yet to give me a confirmation on whether or not she's willing to actually do this challenge with me. But regardless, I know for a fact for myself, I'm not buying a single model, whether that's 2, 3, 4, or 5 months straight. I will not be buying anything new. So I got to work with what I got and just paint that shit, you know. So I'm trying to get the most I can with the models that I can. So I'm getting 2 packs of 20 plus the 5, so it'll be 45 in total. Well, no, it's not my Lego table room. Fuck, I can't even stand Lego anymore. I did that for a while when I first met her, and I built a bunch of Lego fucking builds, but I can't stand doing it anymore. But that's like her thing. Her thing is fucking just Lego, Lego, Lego. But for me, it's this, you know? I can't fucking stand it at all. Like, I have Lego sets that I haven't even built, like modular ones, but I'm letting her do it because I have no interest in doing it anymore. I bought it because she was interested in it at that moment, but now I kind of fucking regret it because I have no interest in the hobby anymore. But she is in the obsession of last year. Let me tell you a little story. Last year, she found a Facebook marketplace post of a guy who was selling 110 pounds of Lego for like 150 bucks. So she went ahead and bought it. She got it. And ever since then, ever since last year, she has quite literally, she has been going through the entire Lego. She's organized it, and now she's building everything according to sets. So everything that came in that bin that had instructions or any kind of like pieces that belong to a set, she has quite literally just said screw it and literally pieced out probably about 20 to 30 sets worth of miniatures models in this entire process to hopefully sell in the future. And while that's kept her busy, it's like I don't think I physically have the endurance necessary to do what she has done with it and it makes me physically ill thinking about going through 100 and some pounds worth of Lego only to organize it into its individual parts and then say fuck it and then organize it based on like instructions for a physical set. Yeah, you can kiss my ass with that. No, thank you. So she has just done that, and I will do my Warhammer. Thank you very much. Oh, that just thinking about going through that much Lego just mm, I just shoot myself pretty much. Like I don't think I could. I would go insane long before I even got through a quarter of that amount. But yet she does it every day for fucking 8 hours a day, and it's perfectly fine for her. But it is what it is. Each person has their own hobby, I guess. Thank God she's not in here, otherwise she would be complaining about how I paint too much and whatnot. But it's okay. We don't have to worry about that. She's probably asleep right now. Don't snitch on me, please. That's the last thing I want. Fucking talking shit, and I'll be hearing it for a week. But I will give you guys the chance tonight after I finish this model to choose what I'm going to be painting over the next few days, because now that I've finished all this, I don't really necessarily have an idea of what I want to do. I think I have... Okay, nope, never mind. Sorry, I was gonna let you choose, but I already have. I already have 4 models that I'm gonna work on, because I didn't work on them last week at all. I was busy doing this stuff, and I was supposed to do that stuff over there, but oh well. Do you not like painting the World Eater? I fucking love red, man. Like, that is my favorite color to paint with the models. That's why I wanted to do the Hive World Chronos or the Hive Fleet Chronos, just because it's a red and black themed. Same thing with the Flesh Terrors, and then if I were to ever do Tau, it would be red and black with the what is it called? Um, oh, shit, the Fire something Enclave for the Tau. And then that's why I'm also painting the Bread Orcs as well, because I love doing it. Alright, time to add the last bit of touches to this. Hey, it's all right. At least you've tried something new, and even if you don't like it necessarily, at least you've done something, that you can learn off of. I mean, I'm sure there's some aspects of painting World Eaters that may not necessarily be fun, but you've learned like different ways of painting red, different like shade techniques or highlight techniques with the color red. So you can then transform that learning experience into, whenever you decide to paint something else red in the future, You know, those techniques you've learned can be transferred that way. Same thing with me, you know, it's like I've painted Flesh Terrors red, and so far I've come across that my favorite way of doing red is by doing Corn Red with Careburn Crimson as the shade, you know, and from there it's like you do Evil Sun Scarlet or Mephiston Red as the highlight, and it comes out really fucking nice, and I love how it looks, you know. So I can use that what I've learned from that and just transform that into like my Tyranids, you know. All right, so I'm pretty much done at this point. I'm not willing to do any more tonight, unfortunately. And I like how they look so far. I really don't see much more in terms of adding to it. I'm still not at that fucking high level of painting yet. Maybe when I get to my 1000th miniature I will be, but for the moment I'm not there yet. So let me put everything else away. I will zoom out of all this, and I'm going to set this up real quick so you guys can see me and what I'm doing. But alright, there we go. But no, it's fine, Jackson. I'm going to go to bed too. I'm just putting away all of this stuff, making sure all the paints go where they need to go, and then going from there. But I got to be up early as well. I got to be up at 7 in the morning tomorrow. I will post photos in the Discord and on my YouTube channel just so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. But yeah. Yeah, I actually plan on recreating that in my when I move in with my girlfriend. But they're I've had these for multiple years. They're just different. I have 2 on that wall and then 2 on that wall, so you get to see the different colors. I actually got to take them down tomorrow, because since I'm moving in with my girlfriend, I got to apply them at her house. So I got to take down all the cotton and whatnot, and get it all moved in. Let's see, that's base, contrast right there, and then shade is right there, and then that goes right there. All right. So I think that is good for now. I will post the photos on Discord and on my YouTube with all 3 of these models. I will take photos of them after I get done with this live stream, just so you can see everything. But I will catch you guys tomorrow. Peace out as always. Have a nice night, guys. And yeah, see you tomorrow.